So welcome, girls. Good morning. Nice to see you. Early morning. Have you had breakfast already?
No yet.
No, but you need to have something so that you keep awake, connected, making connections on what we are explaining and what you're doing. You will be working hard this morning, so I really recommend all your classmates to connect because you need to work hard this morning. There is an important step towards the oral exposition. Remember that the oral exposition is next week, so we're really running now this week and the next. We can do it on Friday. That's September already. So it can be on Friday, the 10th of September. So we will write a reminder about that. So we're preparing for that day and working towards that step by step, as we said we were going to do. So later, after that, we have a free week, Independence Week. Therefore, we have to take advantage of the previous week. This week and the next. Yes, and time is flying, you know. Okay, so this is organization of the week. Remember that this module has a strong requirement of attendance since we have many periods in the week. Yes, so if you're absent Wednesday, Friday, then you're missing a lot. So that is the idea. Why I recommend you to really be connected and connect. With other modules or last semester. Okay, you were absent for a week, but then you didn't have any other requirement. You could work on your own and catch up. But here the important thing is that we meet online, discuss the topics, practice the skills. You work under my supervision in order to get tasks done. And that is a requirement. Yes, it's not a module you can do alone. Yes, not at all. So that's a requirement for attendance. 7 hours, 7 periods, face-to-face, synchronous, if not they were face-to-face, but synchronous meetings, and 8 hours of work on your own. I announced this last Friday. I corrected the lesson plan. The new lesson plan has been uploaded. Therefore, I think we need to remind all of your classmates of these requirements. So tasks, yes, you will have tasks to work in the week apart from the tasks we do here. You have other times to work, yes, during the week, and we can meet extra in case we need. Here in the housekeeping, I was thinking to add all of these requirements. So we have agreements every week on educandos since last semester, that works. So pay attention to the agreements so that we all agree what we have to do. You are informed of what we need to do. Take new materials, they will always be uploaded to educandos. And which is the task, the activity you're required to do in each week. So you have tasks. Yes, Vanessa, you have postings, wikis, workshops. Yes, Vanessa.
Teacher, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can I say in Spanish?
Okay.
El semestre pasado usted tenía como esas casillitas como para poner el tic cuando uno ya descargaba algo.
Ah, sí, sí. Yes,
lo podría poner porque en lo personal me confundo lo que ya descargué y lo que ya no descargo.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. This is yes, it's a program. You program the educandos to let you know what you have done. Okay, so the module requires 7 periods of synchronous meetings. That is what we were synchronous meetings, and this is what we were discussing last Friday. I repeat today, and it's recorded so that everyone knows and everyone can listen to this. 7 periods of synchronous meetings, plus 8 hours of autonomous work. So that is why 10 hours of autonomous work. And that is why I tell you, every day you need to have time for this module around, and all of your other modules should be organized around this module. So if you have an oral exposition, that is what you're doing first, yes? And then your other modules need to go around this because of the amount of periods you have in the schedule. So the module requires 7 periods of synchronous meetings plus 8 hours of autonomous work. Therefore, this is your responsibility to organize yourselves and your tasks around these activities, these tasks, to be able to accomplish them. You need to work constantly. Every day you need to do something. Otherwise, it would be impossible. Everything will accumulate and then you won't be successful in your tasks. And of course, keep updated. You will always receive my reminders that we have a class, that we have synchronous classes. Therefore, you're always informed by me. So this is really important to bear in mind. We cannot just be absent-mindedly, let us say, yes. Of course, there are situations that oblige us to be absent, but that is why also, and because of the high requirements of proficiency in English that you are required to get, is that the English department, the School of English Pedagogy decided to require 75% of attendance. This module had 80% of attendance before. You can see it in the syllabus, somewhere in the syllabus. Those were previous requirements in face-to-face classes. We have adapted that to 75%, but that requires attendance. If you're absent 2 days of a week, every week, then there's no point in doing this module. Do you follow the idea? Do you have any questions?
How many days podemos faltar para aprobar?
Oh yeah, I am not sure, Vanessa. We have to I don't know. We have to make calculations. The point is that if you're absent, then you need extra periods to work on your own, and you have a tough schedule. And moreover, this is the idea of having this module, really, that you are not absent. If you cannot attend, then we have to do something else, you see. But a module with such a demand, with such requirements, you see, because we need to be accountable. Yes, we need to be responsible for these high demands of proficiency in English. And that is something that the university requires of us. Yes, and the school has accepted the requirement, but also that's why the school gives you all of the tools. Yes, provides the tools for you to have the practice, the explanations, the work done in order to get to that level of proficiency. So so I do not know which other way out do we have. Yes, so do we have any other questions in regards? Okay, so for the oral exposition, remember the requirements of the oral exposition. I will share with you the new lesson plan. The new lesson plan was uploaded yesterday. It's not a new lesson plan. I just made some adjustments in reference to what I was discussing, the different, the requirements of synchronous and autonomous work. So I made that correction. So now autonomous activities require 8 hours along the week on your own. And the preparation, the oral exposition, we have been doing some practice, speaking impromptu, that is spontaneously in class about different topics, but for the exposition you will prepare, and that is what we have been doing. We learned how to summarize a news report. Now we are going to learn another step, and remember that for this oral exposition you will prepare a formal report, a presentation supported by some visuals. You will include formal style and academic vocabulary. That is what we will be working also the rest of the week, analyzing vocabulary. Remember, we were analyzing some verbs for the summary writing, and we will keep on working with those elements of vocabulary. The topic is environmental awareness. Yes, the topic we have been discussing this unit, and it will be done live. Yes, the presentation will be done in class. I had planned for the 6th of September. We have moved that for the 10th of September, but that is okay. We are still in the same week, and the grades will be uploaded to SGC. Okay, do you have any questions in this regards?
Yes, I have one.
Yes.
You said that will be individual, and in there's
Yes.
Group work.
Yes, yes, in groups you can discuss, exchange ideas about the news that you chose, but the presentation is individual. Each person does a presentation and has a grade. Yes, but you can work in groups in regards that you comment with your classmates. That is as we are all the time working, mostly.
Okay.
Yes, we're mostly working in pairs or in groups, discussing topics, reading together. Okay, we will write it here. We will add it here. But each person does her own summary, outline, and will speak about a different news report. Yes. Reminder, important reminder. Okay, can you read? Okay, so this is an important reminder. Important reminder for the oral exposition activity. Yes. All right. Okay. Oral exposition. So students will, and this will be done on the 10th of September to have more time to practice, and so that I can correct outlines and your reports. Yes, and we can have also some practice in class. Okay, do we have any other question in regards to this speaking activity that is coming? So we have 2 weeks. We have to take advantage of the time we have. No more questions? Okay. Okay, so for you to bear in mind, and I will add some more. I will add some more. Yes, here I will beautify this a little bit more so you can see it and remember. Okay, so from last week, our greatest accomplishment was to finish a summary about a reading text with which we started working on Monday, and we could finally do the summary last Wednesday. Yes. So anyone would like to share the summary? So there are people who came on Wednesday finished the summary. That's why it's so important that you come to class and work. Because that was a good day of work. You really took advantage of every explanation and could produce a summary. This summary will be uploaded today to the forum that I will create, forum 1, yes, week 3. For you to comment to your classmates. Okay. Anyone? I do not know, Javiera, you need to do it. Paola, you have the summary. But Javiera can take ideas from your summary and complete hers. So Paola, would you like to share the summary we did on Wednesday? Paola, can you hear me? You can write. Okay. So you can write as well if you cannot speak because of any reason. Okay, Catalina is coming. Hello, Catalina. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. I'm sorry for to be late.
Yeah,
I put the alarm.
Alarm clock. The alarm clock.
Yes.
You set the alarm clock.
Pero ya estoy aquí.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's good. That is good. I am glad to see you. I am very glad to see you. And I was reminding everyone present that we really need to take advantage of the time. There's no time to lose. We really need to be working to present next week, to have our task accomplished next week. Okay, Vanessa and the group. Okay, Vanessa, can you read your summary from the text? It was a text on Greenland. Yes, it rained at the summit of Greenland, and I was listening to people talking in Europe, and they were mentioning this news, the news of Greenland and the rains in Greenland. So it was very important in Europe just because of the heat waves, las olas de calor, the heat waves they have been undergoing. Okay, Vanessa, please. Can you read?
Yeah, but teacher, this we already share, I think.
Yes, you shared, but there were people who were absent, so we are showing them so that they can have an example. Okay, Vanessa? Yes,
Okay, this was with Kata.
Okay.
And
you can read, you can share the reading.
The situation, it is completely new because it never happened before since scientific started the observations in 1980s. The highest temperatures have occurred 3 times in 10 years, which is unusual.
Unusual, yes.
The situation has provoked the melting of ice and in consequence, the rise of the Arctic sea level. Ice melting happens when ice sheets hit with ocean, speeding up the process and breaking the iceberg.
Yes, excellent.
According
Catalina,
to
are you awake? Are you awake to read?
Yes.
Okay,
The
wonderful.
third paragraph to continue.
Yes, so
the third?
according
According to some doctors, they say that even though this event is unique and new, it happens in many times, so ocean is getting bigger. The warming can be seen in how instead of snowing, it snow rains. As the warming can be seen that now instead of a solid state, it becomes liquid or liquid?
Liquid.
Liquid faster and faster. And finally, this climate causes the temperature to increase in several ways. The hot air clears the sky and causes the ice to melt faster, affecting the climate of nearby
cities. Yes,
Nearby
excellent.
cities.
Nearby cities or nearby countries. Yes, this Greenland is a big territory. Yes, excellent. So now the girls who couldn't come last Wednesday have an idea of how they have selected the most important information given by the original article to create a shorter version with the most important information. And we will learn, okay, thank you, Vanessa. We will learn now an interesting organization of news reports. So where do you think? So we saw that as you read the article, you were having different pieces of information, and some of those pieces of information were left out. So where do you think is the most important information presented in a news report? Where is the most important information? At the end of the article, in the middle, in the introduction? Just for you to think of that organization.
In the summary? Or in the article?
No, in the article, in the news article, in the news report. Where do you think, since you read that article about Greenland?
The new event provoking melting of ice, maybe.
And where, yes, and where was that information? At the end, in the middle, or at the beginning?
At the beginning.
At the beginning. Excellent. So this is a special kind of discourse. The discourse we are reading about these different news reports about environmental issues that we have been dealing with have a special organization in discourse, yes? So the information has a specific organization, and that is what we are going to see today, to analyze the organization of a news report and the news report, and be able to later choose your own news report and organize it so as to present it orally next week. Now, any other summary that we have? I do not know whether Paola can speak or share, but there were at least two summaries done last Wednesday. Okay, Catalina? Yes?
Teacher, but I have a question
Yes.
related with the other summary.
The other summary. Which summary,
Yes.
Catalina?
¿Debemos buscarlo ahora o
Yes,
teníamos
yes.
que tener?
I will give you the time to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. En esta clase se va a hacer.
Yes, yes. So that's why it was important for you to participate today, since we are going to analyze the news report, the organization it has, and later you are going to choose your own news report to prepare. Yes.
Okay.
So we are learning about recognizing the impact of natural phenomena. Of course, we have been practicing with discourse markers. Of course, you know the presence of discourse markers to help you both in your writing And some of you already added that to the summaries, for example, in addition, as for example. So using these most common discourse markers showing contrast, cause and effect, illustration, and conclusion, but you have others that we have also seen last Friday. So we keep, that's an ongoing content that we keep on revising every class, whenever you're reading. But now thinking, so this is meta-linguistic. Remember, we learned in facilitation that the activities in class are not always communicative or authentic. Some of them are also meta-linguistic. And in meta-linguistic activities, you reflect about structures, for example, about the content of something, about the structure of sentences. That's what we do a lot on Fridays. And now you're going to reflect on what you did in the summary stages. How do you define a summary in your own words? You can write as well. Romina, how did we, what did we say about a summary? What is a summary? And this is something you need to learn to do very well, since you will be reading a lot every time, more and more, and you need to be able to express it in your own words, to express everything you learn in your own words, respecting, of course, the main idea of the summary. So what is a summary? It's a kind of discourse. Anyone? We are talking impromptu, remember, we are speaking about the topic, not always with preparation. And this is an exercise like that. What do you remember? What did we say about the summary? Or anyone? Anyone can write as well? Javiera? Come on. How do we start?
Teacher?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but how can I say conjunto?
What do you want to say?
Related with the summary is the conjunto of ideas, of principles, main ideas of original text.
It's a set. A set.
The set.
So the subject. Okay, everyone starts with a subject. A summary.
Summary
is
a subject.
A set.
A set of main and secondary ideas.
Main and supporting.
And supporting ideas.
Yes.
Or with a slash. Parafraseo también puede ser.
Yes, in which we paraphrase. Yes, it's not exactly, it's not a copy, it's a paraphrase.
With own words.
Yes, we paraphrase information, content, yes. Different kinds of information, yes, information or content. In some cases you will be summarizing academic texts, for example, where you have specific content, or story also, a creative story, that can also be. So you will have different kinds of texts, yes, but in general, you summarize content or information. Okay, Catalina? Important ideas, excellent, you paraphrase. Yes, Romina, thank you. Romina, information, content, important ideas, excellent.
Or characters.
Characteristics.
No, in the case of a story, characters, Or in the
Yes.
case of
Yes.
article, the people that participate in the article.
Actors, yes, main actors in the story. Okay, so a summary is a set of main and supporting ideas in which we paraphrase information, content, important ideas, information related to actors in general, yes, related to actors participating in that piece of discourse, using, very important, using which kind of language do we use? We said we do not copy. That's plagiarism. So we using own words and expressions, but respecting the main, the author's main ideas, of course, and main style. Yes. So if it is formal, we generally try to do from a formal discourse, we try to do also a formal summary. I'll use and expressions. Respecting, it's a long sentence, respecting the author's, the author's main ideas and style. Well, more or less that is what the original text that we read expresses. So always remember that you will be using this skill, this ability a lot along your career, and therefore the more you practice, the better you will become, and it will be quicker for you to accomplish the task. Number 2, so how did your summary in the previous class last Wednesday? How did we do this summary? What did you do in order to accomplish the task? What did you do first? Just steps.
Read the text.
Yes, of course.
Comprehend the
Subject, verb, we read the text. Then another verb, showing, that shows comprehension. Which verb do we have? You read.
Take notes of main idea of the important
Yes.
idea that you think.
Yes, exactly. Past tense of take. Do you remember?
Took.
Took, yes. Took notes. Okay, the rest can also participate in the chat. Yes. Analyze. Yes, excellent, Romina. So we have that before. So we read the text. Sorry. Analyzed it. Took notes. Yes. Took notes and okay.
And writing.
Notes. Yes, and wrote. Yes, took notes of important ideas and wrote. Yes. The summary, the new version, yes, in own words. Yes, that's what you did. Step by step. Share the information. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Catalina. You shared the information. So you read the text, analyzed it, took notes of important ideas, shared with the sorry, it is here, shared with the team. That's why it is important to work with others. Even if I am looking for my own report, for example, it's good to work with others because I build up, remember, constructivism, you build up that knowledge, you exchange with others, and you also learn in that exchange. So that's important that is why it is important to share with others, even when I am concentrated in finding my own report. Yes, you have times to also work on your own and later you will have time to reflect and work on your own, but you can share with others. Have important ideas shared with the team. And wrote the summary in our words. Yes, we got it. This shared writing is very, very successful. Okay, and what significant verbs? Do you remember I added last Wednesday a slide with the verbs suggested for reporting an article. And so remember, we don't use the most common verbs that are tell and say, because those are verbs in reference to speaking. Yes, so we need to use verbs that report, but in something written. Yes, you're going to report on something written, a written discourse. So when I report what my mother said, so I can say my mother told me to clean my room. So that is oral language. That belongs to oral discourse. But the article does not tell me anything. Yes, the article, we need other verbs to express these actions from the written discourse. So, for example, which were the verbs we discussed last Wednesday? Any?
I don't remember.
Which verbs can you? Do you remember the verbs? Verbs that you use to report written discourse. So the article doesn't say, but which verb can I use? The article. Okay. Mentions. Excellent. What else does the article do? Mentions. Okay, we will share. I will share that slide. Mentions. What else does it do? Oh. Can you see? Okay, here. Mentions is should be around here. What else does it do? Probably the news report. Here you have it. Can you see?
Not much.
Okay. Yes. Can you see the verbs? Which verbs? We saw them last ones. Which verbs? Suggest, suggest, if there is a suggestion. What else in the news reports that you read? The news report about Greenland, what does it do? Mentions, explains the situation. What else? Presents an event. Yes. What else does it do? Identifies reasons. What else? Does it analyze the phenomenon?
Shows the percentages.
Shows percentages, analyzes the reasons, the causes. So this is an important slide, yes, that we will transfer also to the new presentation so that you have them at hand. Yes, so as to use a special kind of defines. Yes, of course, it defines certain concepts that are specific, for example. So now that we're talking about significant verbs, remember that you are always learning. This is part of the learning of vocabulary that I was telling you about. Yes, defines melting of the ice. Yes, exactly, Catalina. So we will mention here some of the verbs. The verbs mostly used are yes. The verbs used are mentions, to mention, to explain, to define. So these are the verbs explain, sorry, to define. Those are the verbs that you will use the most in reporting a news report. Yes, and here in the PPT you have again, yes, a list of verbs that can help you. Okay, so that I will transfer also to the task, so that you have everything in the task document with which you're going to work. Okay, so we have done this analysis. This is a metalinguistic analysis that we also need to do in order to speak, to explain in our own words, yes, and to understand what we're doing and being able to explain that. Yes. Okay, as we said, news reports have a special structure, and therefore this is the format. Yes, this has been extracted from sorry, I didn't write the source. Okay, and this is a structure. So what can you see in the structure? Headline and byline. Why does it have the base of the triangle is upwards? Why is this area, oh, sorry. Why is this area bigger than this area, than the tail?
The title, headline.
The headline should be larger in the news report. Why do you think so? Why do you think so? Why is the headlines larger? In the news, it's a news report. We are talking about newspapers.
Because it has to call the attention of the reader.
Exactly, Vanessa, we are talking about newspaper reports. They need to call the attention. Excellent. So you will see that headlines are big. Sometimes they are very sensational. They try to catch your attention. They're short. So you don't read a long sentence with prepositional phrases and articles. No, just main nouns and verbs. And remember the example we had from last Friday about the bottled water. Do you remember bottled water and tap water? Probably we don't have a complete sentence there, but it needs to call your attention. And it says 3,500 times. So it is really like very sensational. Yes, like something is much, much worse, but many, 3,000 times worse than that another thing. So that is intended to call your attention to read the article. Yes, and probably also buy the newspaper. Remember the newspapers always having big headlines on the front page. Then you have a lead. You are going to read about these different sections. A lead is the following paragraph. You have it in our news in the news we read about Greenland. You have the lead, a lead there explaining What do you think the information here is? Is the most important information or is unimportant? The lead continues to be an important section. So what do you think you will find in the lead? Important information or not so important information?
The clue one.
Here, lead. After the headline, the lead. Do we still have important information here?
Yes.
Look at the size. Yes, here is it continues to be important information. Remember in the article about Greenland, you have a lead there, a short summary of the event, of the main event. So this is important. Always in the news report, the most important information comes first. You need to be informed immediately. Your attention needs to be caught. Yes. Then the body, well, continues to contain important information. Yes, but probably less. That happens also in our article. Yes. As you proceeded within the article, you were seeing that there were more probably not so important arguments, details, people's opinions, scientists' opinions, for example. So other elements that were perhaps not so important as in the lead. And then the tail, the last section, seems to be more reduced. Probably less important information is presented here. And therefore you see this upside down triangle showing you the contents of a news report. Okay, so in the website, yes, Twinkle website, we will see, yes, that there is a kind of outline. Yes, so this information is in the website. You will have 20 minutes to read and summarize. I will send you the, this is in the task. And you will explain briefly what is the headline and which are the features of the headline. Yes, the byline, the same, the lead, the same. Lead is comes from the same idea as we have in the word leader. Yes, the lead es como el encabezado, lo que va liderando, something like that. The lead of the news. Then we have the body and the tail. So what is that? Short definition in your own words and features. That means characteristics. Main characteristics, the most important information about this section of the news report. So you will work in groups. Yes, 20 minutes, around 20 minutes. Do you think is reasonable? Okay, I will show you the task. So you have a task I will share with you and you will work there in the task. Yes, discovering the most important sections of the news report. Remember that also for writing or preparing our oral exposition, this is an important piece of information. So here is the discussion we did, then explanation about the pyramid, inverted pyramid or the upside down triangle. Here you have the space to write your features and your definitions on features. Yes, and then you will proceed with your own news report. Okay, so now you will work in groups. 20 minutes, is that okay? Plus you have a short break and bring some tea. And I will go group by group checking how you're proceeding. Yes?
Okay.
Okay,
First,
so
the break.
So first of all, you complete this section. Yes, so you read the website and complete this information here.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I will share with you in the chat. I will share this is the website in the chat, and I will share the task as well, and also by means of WhatsApp web. Okay. Okay, so I will divide you in groups and I will go group by group, but take 5 minutes for a short break. Bring some tea, coffee, some food, bread and butter, bread and marmalade. Oh my gosh, I can't find. Okay, and in 5 minutes, I will check group by group. Okay, there is the, okay, and I will divide you in groups. All right. Just random. So we have 3 groups. Okay. All right. So see you in 5 minutes. And I will share again with Catalina the Word document so you can have it. Okay, see you girls. Okay, so some people are coming and going. Okay, so that's very brief information that you could find this website. It's very brief information, but very important whenever you are organizing your own news report, both orally or in written. Orally or in written. Who would like to share? As much as you could read and summarize from this information. Then you continue working because you have to continue working with your own news report. So anyone would like to share? Paola?
Okay.
Okay, yes, show us. And you can explain in your words. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. So the next page, the summary from the website. The headline. Yes, so grabs the reader's attention. Very good. That's what we predicted already. We had already predicted this. Vanessa explained, and gives a summary. The most important ideas of the article are included in the headline. So short, snappy. So short, snappy, without many words, without complete sentences. Yes. Eye-catching, yes, written in the present tense. Yes, or the third person, the president, yes, announced, for example, announces, so always in third person. Then the byline tells the reader who the article is by, yes, the author. Remember, we had also in the article about Greenland, we had the headline, the author, and where does he write, yes, for which newspaper does he write, and date, I also think, yes, his role, or yes, some more information about the author. Yes, starts by putting a full name, by specialty, and details about how to find more. Yes, so some bylines include the author's email or Instagram, whatever. Okay. The lead is the most essential part of the structure. Yes, and if you go to the report about Greenland, you will find this short paragraph which has the essential information. It's one paragraph, and it should be able to make the audience understand what the article and report is about. So there is the most important information. So there, headline and byline, and lead, you have the most important information. So that's why it is this bigger basis of the pyramid. And the lead is also short but informative. Messages portray clearly explain the situation, stick to past tense, and written in the third person. Then we have the body. Main section includes a lot of important information. Yes, more details. It has more paragraphs. Yes, you can have 3 paragraphs, 3, 4 paragraphs. You have all the events, the details of the events. So the body is important. Yes, it's very much related to the headline and the lead. And it gives you all the details of what happened in this event. So there you can have around 3 paragraphs with events, with different episodes. So they are part of the article and they're important. Yes, we shouldn't take them out, just summarize them. No, you need to tell some events happening there. And they go into as much details. Of course, if you're writing, they have lots of details. And they're written in the third person. Of course, they include, remember, explanations given by other specialists. Yes, by scientists. In the case of Greenland, you have the explanation of the temperature rise and why did it happen, the winds. So you have lots of details that are important to understand the main event told shortly or clearly but shortly in the lead. And the tail, the least important information, you sum up, you have a conclusion, you can have expectations for the future. I will read to you. So if you continue going down, we will see some other information within these sections. And that adds extra information, a conclusion, a consequence, yes, some visions for the future that can also be included in the tail. But that's the smallest section is dedicated to this. If you go down a little bit, Paola, so excellent. This is an excellent summary. Excellent. Can you go down, Paola, a little bit? Headline. Yes. Go down. So here now, your next task is to find out the news report. Go down a little bit. This is the, yes, that's the. So if you go down a little bit, Paola, go down. A little bit more. Okay. Oh, didn't I write this? Okay, so can you stop sharing? I need to share with you some other requirements. I think I have added that. No, didn't say give it. Okay, so I sent you an old version. Okay, can you stop sharing and I will share with you some of the ideas I was talking about in the different sections. So there is an addition. There is an addition to be added. Thank you, Paola. Can you? I will share my, yes, in my, I will add this information to the document, sorry. Okay, so this is the findings. Yes, we got to. And here we have the news requirements. So I added this, but probably in an older version, in a newer version, sorry. So in the outline, So this gives you a little bit more information about each section. Yes, so the lead needs to be catchy. We said complete and explanatory, a complete and explanatory lead. So the news you find, the news report you find needs to have these requirements. Yes, so you're going to go to these sections. I am going to show you some of these. This is the bottled water. Remember, in comparison to tap water, I added this news here. This news report here is from the month of August. So that would be a condition as well, that the news report is about an event within the month of August. Yes, not very old. So then it should contain, also include an interesting story. So the story, everything that appears in the body, yes, should contain several episodes and related events in the body. Remember that you have 3 or 4 paragraphs. If you find out a report that is shorter, then you won't have many events related to the main topic to report about. So you really need your whole news report to be complete, to have several episodes, several events related to the main issue. And for example, a good example is the example of the article about Greenland. So you have a lead with the summary of the event, the main event, but then you have other paragraphs in which you have more the episode better, different episodes, moreover, different stories and different episodes and events related to that main story. So you need to find this out. If it is too short, there are not many events related to this main event, then your exposition will be very short. So it doesn't have any means. Yes, so it doesn't have any meaning. Then you need to find reports that have background information. Yes, for example, a bit of history. So if this event had happened before, or if it had occurred before, which were the results or the causes, and also if there were previous events related to this main event. So this is also basic for you to find out. Yes, some background information. This is also included in the body, mainly. Okay. Then you can have follow-up, and that follow-up is the tail. Do you remember this smaller section of the report, the tail here, down here? So in the tail, you might have follow-up information, so more extra details, some consequences and reactions in the tail. That can also be interesting for you for your report, not to give all of the consequences or all of the conclusions, but the main ones. Or you can also include commentaries, including an evaluation or expectations for the future. This also appears in the tail. Yes, so the more complete your report, the more complete your exposition will be. Yes. So if something is missing, if information is missing, then it won't be complete. It will be too short. You won't have anything to report, really, to explain. So this is a website I want to show you. It's news about Chile in English. It's not easy to find, but I found one. Okay, it was Krishna's here. Okay. This website reports on a coalition that tries to bring a salt flat back to life. And this is in the north of the country. It was published this month. And so there is so here you have the headline, yes, the byline, yes, the lead. So in the it's like headlines, like main topics, yes, and then the body, yes. So it tells the story about what happened to this area in the north of Chile. Yes, there was a Salar Punta Arena, an area with salt. Then everything that happened. And here you have a map. This is a photo a satellite, from the satellite image. Yes, and here is the map. So I think this is a long enough report for you to have all of the information that you need. Yes, so remember you have the lead, you have the summary at the beginning, but then you have the story and the events and what happened in the past, a little bit of history, what had happened before, plus the conclusion, the results, expectations for the future, something that you can have in the end, yes, in the tail. Okay, so just wanted to show you this example. It's up to you to evaluate that is example about Chile. If you can find another one, welcome. We're going to share what you find. Remember that we need to work with that news report. And if the news report is too short, too summarized, then we will not be able to have a complete outline for our report, for our personal report. Therefore, pay attention to that issue, yeah, so that you have all of this. I will include this again in the task. Please forgive me. It didn't save, but that can happen. Sometimes that can happen. Once you decide on your report, yes, the news report, you need to write your own outline. Following the outline we have just seen from Paola, you need to fill in this outline. You have it in the Word document as well. Just completing all of the information. Here in all of the information that you got from the news report. In the body, remember, we will include events, yes? So you need to tell events within the story. Otherwise, it will be too short, as I said, too short, too snappy. And you won't be able to explain much in your oral exposition. So at least 3 events, 3 main events that happened around this main story, yes? And the tail. Remember, in the tail, you have conclusions, event 3. Yes, so I will add this to the other document as well. And in the tail, what did we say we include in the tail? In the tail, we include, what did we explain? Girls, can you see? Can you see the screen? Girls?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you see the screen? Okay, so what do we include in the tail? We said we include what important information? What do we include? Consequences. Yes, some reactions that you might find about the topic, about the main story. What else can you include in the tail?
Evaluation and expectation.
Yes, exactly. Evaluation. Oh, it moves around. Yes, evaluations and expectations. It may include, this is not obligatory, yes, this is some news reports have this extra information which can be very useful for your work, yes. Then when you write your own news, you decide as well, this is something that the author decides to include, yes. Evaluation or set expectations. Okay. And so okay, so we have very detailed outline that you will need to fill in with your news report information. So information from your news report. Do you have any doubts? So now you meet again, check the websites. Please check that you can access the websites. I will share them in the chat again. You have international news. The only national one is this one about the salar in northern Chile. What else? You can try to find more. I try to find BBC Chile, but sometimes it's not so easy to find, but you can find. So the BBC has may publish some information. Then it was the Santiago Times, but it had reported only old information. So there you have the websites. I will share the Word document again with you, and you will have 20 minutes. I will check with you if you're ready. But remember, by 11:20, we should be able to show something. Remember, you have to complete the outline. Yes, read your article and complete your outline, so as to say that you have complete information. This outline, this complete task will be uploaded for formative feedback. Remember, I have to read everything, check that you have enough information to report, and you continue working from there. Yes, practicing your oral, the oral exposition itself. Okay, do you have any doubts in regards to the task? I will complete, okay.
No, I think.
Okay, so you have to work, okay. And then if there are more news, I will go group by group answering any doubts. Okay, so in half an hour, we meet again for you to report what you have found, which are at least the headline, the byline, the lead of your reports have to be ready for you to show your classmates. So each person has one report read and decided upon. Okay, see you. Okay, so now that we're back, I will share the task again. So the outline, this final outline, can help you summarize the most important elements from your report, your news report. So we will continue working with this. You will upload this task for feedback. I will provide feedback, formative feedback for you to improve it. Remember, you will start preparing your oral exposition on this basis. So who would like to share? So I want to see the topics. Did anyone decide to report on the Chilean news about environmental awareness? Or?
In my case, I choose a news related with the climate change and extreme weather in Latin America and Caribbean.
Oh, okay, excellent. Can you share with us? So we
analyze. Lo único que tengo es el título.
The title, but anyway, do you have the website to share so we see?
Okay.
And we so we can give you feedback whether we have all the sections. Remember, whenever you check in a website, okay, yes.
This is.
So this is, okay, so we have the headline, yes.
Teacher, this is the byline. Oh, no.
Yes, direct affected. No, this is the lead. The lead, the byline is the author.
Ah,
So we have the author, the place.
en este caso sería ella. Yo supongo. Igual tengo que leer, pero...
But this is a photo. This is a photo. Probably it's an acknowledgement of the photo. Sometimes you can have it below, okay? So you have different photos taken from different, but you have, yes, so remember.
No me aparece el byline.
Byline, okay, but because it is the United Nations,
Yeah.
so they take, yes, they take ownership of what they publish. It's not published, probably they don't have news published by individual freelance journalists that send their news to be published, like in the New York Times or the Guardian, for example. And so here, so you have to bear in mind that you need to have the lead. Yes, you have it there, lead. Then you have the body and different events. And I think you have different events to report here. Yes, that would be the lead. Then you have the different, in the body, you might have different stories or events.
Different topics.
Different topics or different events, distintos eventos within the same story. Yes. And in the tail, so all of this is, yes, details, events.
This is the tail, maybe.
The tail, yes, in the tail you might have conclusions, expectations for the future. Try to think around those areas. So whenever you see a news like this, try to think, what do you have at the end? If you have any kind of conclusion, any kind of expectation or evaluation of what had happened, what was reported in the news. Okay, so read. So you will have more time to read. Remember, we come back, we meet on Wednesday, and we have to have this complete, the outline completed. You will have 10 minutes because we have a short period. So as to show the time to finish, to show the outline, yes, and upload it on Wednesday. We will be uploading for feedback. Okay, thank you, Catalina.
O sea, tenemos
Wednesday,
hasta miércoles para completarlo y subirlo.
Yes, on Wednesday we will upload and I will start giving you feedback. Remember, then on Friday you will have a short period to tell something, to practice something that you would like to advance. Remember, every class we have some minutes to practice, oral practice, and you will start practicing. Paola, any question? But on Wednesday,
¿Podría explicarlo de nuevo, profe?
Yes, on Wednesday you need to finish. You need to have the task finished, task 3. So you have today, tomorrow. So on Wednesday we will show you will show the outline completed. Yes, remember we have a short class, so we have short period of time. So bear in mind you need to use any of those 8 hours we were talking about at the beginning. You will receive an email reminding you of the time to be dedicated to this module. And on Wednesday, you will be showing the outline. Yes, anyone else would like to share this news? Javiera, Paola? And on Wednesday, you will upload the task for me to give you formative feedback. Yes. And in every class, you will have some minutes, yes, at the beginning to practice your report, whatever you are saying orally, yes, your oral report from next week. So every class, we will have short period to practice your oral report. Next Monday, next Wednesday, until you have the final exposition day. Okay, another story, another news report? Sorry, Paola.
Es que tengo solamente el título, igual no alcanzaba.
Yes, it takes time, but for you to browse or everything I know, it takes time. But therefore, you need to invest some extra time, some of those 8 hours to work today and tomorrow for Wednesday, because we don't have so much time on Wednesday. Okay, let me check. Again, with the same analytic eye, yes. Pay attention to analyzing the article. Okay, can you share, Paola, so we see? Some headlines are long, as you could see. Okay.
¿Esto?
Yes, so the news, the news.
Okay.
The article, yes. So in the article, remember you have the headline, the byline, the lead, the story.
El que elegí.
Yes.
3.
What is it about? The energy patriots bringing electricity to Indonesia's remote villages. Okay, again from the United Nations. Yes. Oh, from yesterday. Yes. Okay, excellent. So this is the same case as you don't have byline. Yes. You have the lead. Yes, the lead, this short explanation, and then you have everything. The body will include different events or history or previous events, similar to Catalina's article in the sense of organization. Okay, so you have plenty of information.
¿Debe ir con fotos?
That's for your presentation. Whenever we will discuss presentations next week. Yes, whenever in your presentation you could include photos or yes, that's your
the presentation is the PowerPoint
or Prezi. Yes.
Okay.
So if you go down, can you see? So I think it's the same organization as what we saw in Catalina's. By the end, you might have some conclusions or some expectations for the future. So that is good because you have more to express from your report. Okay. Javiera or Giselle, would you like to share? Any news report? If not, we finish with the last discussion in class. Well, okay, so we keep on working on Wednesday. Remember, you need to dedicate to organizing the information from those news reports. Yes, and on Wednesday at 12, we will meet to analyze your outlines. Yes, and you will have to show your outlines. Okay, developing the speaking skill. And you know this unit, we have been trying to develop speaking skill in different ways. So speaking impromptu, just spontaneously, as in our reflection at the beginning of the classes, or a short debate we had on Friday, but also now you will be developing the speaking skill by preparing your report, doing your analysis, your summary, finishing the outline. Yes, and you will be preparing and practicing. Every class, each person will have a little bit of opportunity to practice. So speaking is mainly practice. We spoke 2 weeks ago about the importance of just being yourself, developing self-confidence, and this is the explanation of the word self-confidence that I promised you to discuss. So the word self-confidence is a noun. Yes, the word confidence can be divided in different sections, yes, into original words to find out the meaning. So it is composed of the word con, which is a prefix. What is a prefix? Where does the prefix go? Prefix, that means it goes before the word, yes, un prefijo, con. Con means with, together, yes, from Latin. The same we have in Spanish. The middle root of the word is feed. Feed is the main root, the middle root, yes. Feed means trust. Fidelity, for example. The same in Spanish, it comes from Latin, therefore, fidelity, fidelidad. We have the same, yes. And con means with, the same in Spanish, yes, they come from Latin. And finally, the suffix ens means that the word is a noun, confidence. Suffix means a particle that you put at the end of the word. Yes, at the end you have a suffix. So prefix at the beginning and suffix at the end. The suffix ens signifies that the word is a noun. So that is the meaning of ens, confidence. So confidence means full trust. So something you do with trust, with fidelity, yes? Confianza plena, yes? And the same we say in Spanish, confianza. Not the same. The same parts of the word coming from Latin and a different ending, just because it's another language. Okay, so confidence means that you need to have confianza, believe in yourself, yes? Trust in yourself, have full trust in yourself, trust fully in yourself so that you can do the task. And every task that we do every day, we need to have a confidence that we are able to do it. Therefore, our accomplishments come from the feeling of having this confidence, yes? The trust in ourselves, the trust that we can do the tasks. So in speaking, confidence in speaking is very important because you're going to prepare for your speaking task. And just from the top of your head, how do you think you will be able to develop confidence in speaking? Which can be your ideas to develop confidence in speaking? Any ideas? What did we say? We have been saying for these 2 last weeks about speaking and developing speaking. What do we need to do? How can you develop confidence, trust, confianza in speaking?
Speaking several times during the class.
Yes, speaking.
Answer questions, participation.
Yes. Several times during class, exactly. During class. Participate in activities. Ask questions and answer questions in English. So that you practice this speaking skill. So, but there are also other okay, so you can but there are other also tips, yes, strategies that we can develop, and those strategies strategies, we're going to find in the websites I'm going to share with you for you to read quickly, skim quickly, and tell me about strategies, because you need to complete a wiki. So that wiki will be created also in the on Educandos for you to write your own ideas on how to develop, also based on the websites, to develop the speaking skill. So which strategy? Well, these strategies we have seen, and you need to think also on your own, but with some help. Let us check the following websites. Yes. And you will read just individually because we are very few, and you will dictate to me some of those ideas. Yes. So let us do, I will share with you in the chat. Okay. I will share with you in the chat. So each one can check one website. So you have different websites here. You have FluentU, Scholastic, and teachingenglish.org.uk. And check quickly which tip, which strategy can you tell me, so we can write here, and then you're going to add in the wiki. So we'll explain on Educandos how to complete that wiki.
I found
Mm-hmm.
the number one of FluentU, pair work plus feedback.
Do a lot of pair work. Yes. Yes. Remember, the more you share with others, the more you communicate with others. Remember, communicative language teaching that we have been discussing in facilitating, that in the module of facilitating, that also help us talk, practice speaking, listen to others, and also respond. This idea of asking and responding and participating actively. So do a lot of pair work. Yes, so everyone will tell me at least one strategy. Yes, strategy. So please check, browse the websites, okay? Do a lot of pair work and receive feedback. What else did you say, Catalina? Pair work and?
Role play appears.
Do a lot of pair work and receive feedback. Is that the first one you said? This was the first one?
Plus feedback.
And?
Pair work plus feedback.
Plus feedback.
Feedback
okay.
Together, I think.
Plus feedback, yes. So you participate with others and you receive feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Probably you can improve this or that, or change or correct that word. Okay. Another one, Paola. How can we develop the speaking skill? Oh, we're finishing, almost there. You can write as well in the chat. Any strategy? Javiera. Giselle, can you hear me? Girls? Okay, we have it. Okay, here, Paola says, practice and repeat the words. Yes, always practice with pronunciation. Check the dictionary. You know, in the dictionary, you have an excellent help, support with pronunciation. Therefore, you need to repeat words, how they are pronounced, repeat them. Yes, practice, repeat the words. Yes, exactly. Javiera, can you write in the chat? What did you find? Giselle? Okay. Javiera, explain by showing, not just telling. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, always support your speaking. Yes, that can help you, and also probably using your words. I would add to that strategy. I would personally add to that strategy. But that is what you're doing in your presentations. Yes, so you're showing by means of what Paola was asking. You're also showing images. That's also a way of communicating and supports your speaking. Yes, but you have to prepare it yourself, not repeat the words of others like just by heart, but just creating your own sentences. That is what you will be doing, so that you can give meaning, make meaning of that information you read and that you want to explain, to present. Yes, so explain by showing. Yes, exactly. So you explain in your own words, showing a map, for example, or a photo or an image. Excellent. Excellent, Javiera. Any other strategy that will help you with speaking? You can write. Fluent you might have.
In the website appear a point number 4 that said very, very, very.
How
In
is
the
that? Ah, very.
very.
You can do very.
You are trying to create an artificial English speaking environment.
Yes, therefore you need to vary different topics, give different prompts.
Of variation.
Variation, from variation.
Variation.
This is very important from
Topic variation.
this is very important from Fluent You, and it's something of what we have been explaining about circumlocution, and this is what we said, we explained by saying writing about some topic with using your own words. So circumlocution is that talking talking around unknown words using known words. So for example, you do not know, so you go so circus is something, if we analyze the word, so circum means around. Yes, you go around. The same we use in Spanish. It comes from Latin. So the road here, the circunvalación de Linares, goes around Linares. Yes, but this is not a road. Yes, that goes around, but it's a speech. Yes, locution, something you say. ¿Sí? Entonces, circumlocution means speaking around a topic. Yes, using known words. So for example, I might not know the exact words to describe the photos that the girls were showing in the report, but they can use the words they know. Yes, so I do not know what the author said about the first photo, about the Caribbean and I think it was a hurricane in the Caribbean, but I can use my own words by saying, or about the salt, the article about salt. So I do not know exactly all the vocabulary. It's new vocabulary even for me. I will need to but I can explain in my own words. So here in this photo, we can say a desert. I know desert. Yes, a desert and people with some machines planning on doing some changes in the environment to produce some improvement. So I am just talking with the words I know, but I do not know specific words. So that is circumlocution. I go around the topic, yes, around the topic, speaking with my own words, the words I understand. So that is also something positive in order to speak. So because you might think I need to know about every topic and about every specific vocabulary. And sometimes I might forget, I might have forgotten the exact words, but I still can explain in my own words. Okay, so think of circumlocution. That's good. Whenever I show you a photo and we have to start brainstorming ideas, so that's a great way to practice speaking. And also in the case you're preparing your speaking, and you might think, I might not remember many technical words about this topic, but I can use my words, the words I understand. And that is an excellent practice. And we do the same in Spanish. Yes, whenever you're speaking about something in linguistics in Spanish and you go around, bueno, esta palabra en realidad significa, and you can use your own words to explain something. We do this in Spanish all the time, yes? And of course, we need to learn to do it in English because that helps our speaking skill develop. Okay, so just now before we finish, you have to go to another class. Time for reflection. Do you remember something very specific we learned today? Anything you would like to remember? But for the agreements, for the 1st of September, finish task 3 and try to complete the outline for your oral exposition. Yes. Okay. Be ready to present your outline to the class. Yes, be ready to present the outline to the class.
When is it?
It's Wednesday.
El miércoles se presenta.
You need to present the outline. You will have to use your time, your 8 hours extra, yes, and so that you have time to speak exactly what we are saying here, yes. So we have time to practice to speak. So try to come with that finished. Yes, so we have time to speak. We have a little bit a short exercise to do with vocabulary. Remember, we are also developing vocabulary by doing this exercise. Okay, so something you would like to mention that you learned that was specific, you would like to mention? We learned about
the news vocabulary.
News report organize structure. And news reports vocabulary, yes. So you have new vocabulary to refer to that. You know the headlines, the lead, yes, you have like new vocabulary. News report vocabulary. And speaking strategies. Remember that you will need to elaborate more speaking strategies for your participation in the wiki. Yes, so we can also discuss that again on Wednesday. Remember, it's our reinforcement class. Okay. All right, so we have something. So please try to get to do this advance as much as possible so we can really practice a little bit of the oral. You can show orally your draft. Recuerden, draft es el borrador. Yes, the first draft. And try to complete the outline for your oral exposition, first draft. Yes, this is not final by any means. You will have feedback to improve it. Yes. Okay, okay. Questions and answers? Any? Or are you okay? Well, okay, so I will see you on Wednesday then. Please read my email. I will send an email reminding you of the time and the periods dedicated to the module.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, okay. See you, girls. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. See you.
Bye-bye, Paola. See you.